An organic compound is called a vitamin when the organism that needs the particular vitamin cannot synthesize the compound in sufficient amounts, and so then it must be obtained through the diet. This makes the term vitamin conditional upon these circumstances and the particular organism. An example of this would be ascorbic acid, which is a natural occurring organic compound. It is also a vitamin for humans, but not for other animal organisms. There are 13 vitamins that are universally recognized at present time. Vitamin A is a generic descriptor. A vitamer of a particular vitamin is any number of chemical compounds, generally having similar molecular structure, and each of which shows vitamin activity in a vitamin-deficient biological system. A provitamin is a substance that can be charged within the body to a vitamin. An example of this is provitamin A, which is the name for beta-carotene, which may be converted into the body to retinol, or vitamin A. Simply put, beta-carotene and retinol are both considered to be different forms of vitamin A. Vitamin A is also fat-soluble, which means it's absorbed in the chylomicrons fat globules that travel through the lymphatic system of the small intestine and into the general blood circulation within the body. Here's a picture of the Lewis structures of all the provitamins and vitamers. Vitamin A is required for formation of rhodospin, which is located in the human eye. The deficiency impairs immunity and causes skin rashes and typical ocular effects such as dry eyes and night blindness. Vitamin B1, which is also known as thiovitamin. This is also known as sulfur-containing vitamin. Thio is a chemical prefix indicating the presence of sulfur atom. B vitamins are a type of water-soluble vitamins that have to do with cell metabolism. The B vitamins are shared similar names. They are chemically distinct than vitamins that usually coexist in the same foods. In general, supplements containing all 8 are referred to as vitamin B complex, which vitamin B1 is a part of. It is water-soluble and can be found in whole grains, meat, pork, and fish. Here's a picture of the Lewis structure for thiamine. Thiamine has a vital role in nerve function. Although the biochemical nature of that role is still very unclear, scientists know that thiamine is required by the nervous tissue because of the issues that come about with thiamine deprivation. Beriberi, which is a prevalent disease in Southeast Asia, is a deficiency that can be caused due to low thiamine intake. There's 3 types: dry, wet, and infantile. Vitamin B2, formerly known as the G vitamin, is also known as riboflavin. Phosphorylated is to add phosphate group to a protein or other organic molecule. That's what happens to riboflavin in the body, which turns it into FMN and FAD. FMN is flavin mononucleotide, also known as riboflavin 5-phosphate, and FAD is flavin adenine dinucleotide. It is also part of the B vitamins and B complex and water soluble. There's a picture of the Lewis structure of riboflavin. B2, or riboflavin, is also involved in carbohydrate metabolism as an essential coenzyme in mainly oxidation reduction, otherwise known as redox reactions. Sources of riboflavin can be found in milk, cheese, leafy vegetables, liver, kidneys, legumes, yeast, mushrooms, and almonds. Deficiency results in stomatitis and ileosis.
Vitamin B3 is also known as pyridine 3 carboxylic acid because it's a derivative of pyridine with a carboxyl group, and it's also a precursor of NAD, which is necessary for ATP synthesis and DNA repair. It's synthesized naturally by the liver, but it's also found in a variety of foods, especially in meat, with highest quantities found in tuna. Niacin has specific cardiovascular and cholesterol capacities because it reduces very low density lipoprotein levels, which is the bad cholesterol, and increases high density lipoprotein levels, which is a good cholesterol. And it's also used to prevent or treat vitamin B3 deficiency, which may result in death. And it is possible to ingest too much of vitamin B3, but the side effects would not result in death. Vitamin B5 has similar properties as vitamin B3 in terms of participating in metabolic reactions, but instead it's of being directly involved. Its capacities come from the synthesis of coenzyme A, which is especially useful in breaking down fatty acids, and it helps to create fats and the good form of cholesterol, high density lipoproteins, as well as manufacture red blood cells, decrease lactic acid, which causes ATP synthesis through the anaerobic pathway and results in burning in the muscles, and it also improves oxygen utilization. And it's found in many vegetables, particularly in mushrooms, as well as in chicken and turkey. Vitamin B6, like vitamin B3 and vitamin B5, is also involved in cholesterol. It also lowers total cholesterol levels and increases high-density lipoprotein levels. It's also involved in a variety of metabolic reactions because it is a coenzyme in many of these. So it participates with other molecules to regulate fat and protein metabolism, immune system function, and the production of neurotransmitters, which allow brain and nerve cell communication. And vitamin B6 is found in a variety of sources, but it is possible to ingest too much vitamin B, and it may result in nerve damage and a variety of other symptoms, but not death. So many of the vitamin B forms, vitamin B3, vitamin B5, and vitamin B6, are involved in lowering cholesterol. Can be found in fruits and vegetables, and have carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen, which allows them to participate in a variety of metabolic reactions to be useful. These are the Lewis structures of vitamins B7, B9, and B12. Vitamin B7 has the molecular formula C10H16N2O3S. Its molecular mass is 244.309 grams per mole. Biotin it's also known as biotin. Biotin has a sulfur atom in its ring like thiamine, and a transverse bond across the ring with 3 asymmetric carbons. It can exist as 8 different isomers. It's also known as biotin or coenzyme R. It's a water-soluble vitamin. Biotin plays an important role in the facilitation of food breakdown. It's useful in biomanufacturing, and tissue engineering studies show that it helps maintain stronger hair and nails and is necessary for cell growth, production of fatty acids, and metabolism of fats and amino acids. Vitamin B7 is useful for providing the body with natural energy. It helps maintain steady blood sugar. It's one of the 8 vitamins that are under the vitamin B category, and it also plays an important role in the body's metabolism, meaning that it helps break down glucose in exchange for energy. Food sources include soybeans, whole grains, brewer's yeast, almonds, pecans, peanuts, sardines, nuts, and cooked eggs. Egg yolks in particular are rich in biotin. Vitamin B9 is involved in the maturation of red blood cells and in the synthesis of purines and pyrimidines, which are required for the development of the fetal nervous system. The ingestion of vitamin B9, which is also known as folic acid, will help prevent defective production of the brain and spinal cord. It's absorbed in the first segments of the large intestine, the duodenum, and upper jejunum. And food sources include dried beans, dried peas, yeast, lettuce, spinach, and other green vegetables. Both adults and children need to consume folic acid in order to prevent anemia. Vitamin B12 is also called cobalamin. It's a water-soluble vitamin that plays a key role in the normal functioning of the brain and nervous system and in the formation of blood. Deficiency of this vitamin can cause the disease pernicious anemia, and the Schilling test uses B12 to detect this disease. It's also used to treat cyanide poisoning and a deficiency of transcobalamin 2. Sources include animal products such as fish, shellfish, meat, eggs, and milk. Deficiency can also cause severe and irreversible damage to the brain and nervous system. Symptoms include fatigue, depression, poor memory, mania, and psychosis.
Vitamin C is also known as ascorbic acid. It is a naturally occurring organic compound with antioxidant properties. It is a white solid, but impure samples can appear yellowish. It dissolves well in water to give mildly acidic solutions. Vitamin C is most commonly found in citrus fruits and many vegetables. It is an essential nutrient to the human body in order to maintain connective tissue and bone. Vitamin C has antioxidant properties and works to synthesize collagen, amino acids, and hormones in the human body. It is also known to help the strength of the immune system. Deficiency of vitamin C can cause swollen and bleeding gums, soreness and stiffness to the joints, and anemia. Here is the structure of vitamin C. And moving on to vitamin D. Vitamin D refers to the group of fat-soluble steroids responsible for enhancing intestinal absorption of calcium, iron, magnesium, phosphate, and zinc. In humans, the most important compound of vitamin D is D3, known as cholecalciferol. Vitamin D refers to a family of compounds that are derived from cholesterol. Vitamin D intake from the skin is vital for humans and is dependent on sun exposure. Deficiency of vitamin D can cause defective bone growth in children and soft bones in adults. And here are the vitamin D structures of the vitamins D1, D2, D3, D4, and D5. Vitamin E. Vitamin E was discovered early in the 20th century. Vitamin E refers to the group of compounds that include both tocopherols and tocotrienols. Tocopherol is the most common in the North American diet, and it's found in corn oil, soybean oil, and margarine. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant that is present in certain plant oils and leaves of green vegetables. There are 4 types of tocopherols and 4 tocotrienols. Each of the 4 types of vitamin E are identified by the prefixes of alpha, beta, gamma, and delta. When acting like an antioxidant in body tissue, vitamin E protects unsaturated fats in the body from oxidation. Deficiency of vitamin E can cause peripheral neuropathy and breakdown of red blood cells. And here are the structures of vitamin E. This is alpha tocopherol and gamma tocopherol. Vitamin K refers to the group of structurally similar fat-soluble vitamins the human body needs for complete synthesis of certain proteins that are required for blood coagulation, and also certain proteins that the body uses to manipulate binding of calcium in bone and other tissues. Vitamins K1 and K2 are found in either leafy greens of meats and cheeses and eggs. Vitamin K is used by the body to help blood clot, and a human deficiency in vitamin K can cause impaired clotting of the blood and internal bleeding. Here are the structures of vitamin K1 and K2.